Most people remember exactly where they were when the phone rang. Not because the call was long, not because it was dramatic, but because it should not have happened at all. This story does not belong to one country, or one decade, or one person. It appears quietly in police files, medical records, and private testimonies never meant to be public. Different voices, different places, the same call. It usually happens late at night, between 2 and 4 in the morning. A phone rings, not loudly, not urgently, just enough to wake you. The number on the screen is unfamiliar. Sometimes it is incomplete. Sometimes it contains too many digits. Sometimes it looks normal, until you try to call it back later. But the moment the call is answered, the confusion disappears. Because the voice is immediately recognized. It belongs to someone you loved, someone you lost, someone who is already dead. A mother, a father, a spouse, a sibling. The voice is calm, natural, personal. It knows how to speak to you. It knows your name, your habits, your memories. Things no stranger could possibly know. Most calls begin the same way. I didn't want you to worry. Or, I just needed to hear your voice. In one documented case, a woman in Ohio received a call from her father 3 days after his funeral. She later said she did not panic. She did not scream. She said the voice sounded exactly like him. Older, tired, gentle. He asked if she was eating well, if she was sleeping enough. Before hanging up, he said something strange. "Don't ask how I'm calling. They don't like questions." The line went dead. The number never existed. In another case, a man in Japan received a voicemail from his wife. She had died earlier that same day in a traffic accident. The message was short, 12 seconds. Her voice was clear. "I didn't want you to find out from someone else. I'm sorry." The timestamp showed the message was recorded 30 minutes before the accident occurred. Authorities blamed system errors, delayed networks, coincidences, but the calls continued. Some lasted seconds, others lasted several minutes. In rare cases, the caller seemed confused. One witness recalled the voice saying, "This isn't how it's supposed to work." Another reported hearing, "They said I could only call once," and that detail appears again and again. The call never happens twice. People who tried to call back heard nothing. No ringing, no voicemail, just silence, as if the number had never existed at all. Psychologists explain the phenomenon as grief hallucinations, the brain recreating familiar voices during emotional stress. But this explanation does not fit all cases. Some calls were recorded. Some left voicemails. In several cases, more than one person heard the same message at the same time. In a hospital in Argentina, a nurse reported receiving a call from a patient who had died during surgery less than an hour earlier. The patient used the nurse's name, then said, "They don't like it when we talk too long." The call ended abruptly. Hospital phone logs confirmed the call occurred. No internal line was active. No external number matched. After these incidents, many recipients reported similar effects. Difficulty sleeping, anxiety, a persistent feeling of being watched. Several people claimed their phones rang again weeks later. But when answered, no one spoke, only breathing, slow, steady, as if someone was still there, listening. If these calls were hoaxes, they required information that should not have been accessible. If they were hallucinations, they left physical evidence behind. And if they were something else, the question becomes uncomfortable. Where did the calls come from? Why were they allowed only once? And why did they stop the moment they were answered? Tonight, if your phone rings unexpectedly, you may want to think carefully before you pick it up. because some calls are not meant to be returned.